How do you know that Ethan is your son? Did Holly tell you that?
That's where I got the idea from.
What idea?
Helena had Dodge and me tied up. She was going to blow a hole in him and make me watch him die. Holly showed up, and she convinced Helena that Ethan might be Robert's son. So Helena decided to run her own tests. She took hair samples from both of us, and she disappeared.
So, how do you know Holly wasn't telling Helena the truth and that she's lying to you?
Because she told me, and I believe her. Look, she knew that once Helena ran the DNA test, she would know that Dodge is my kid and that he was as good as dead unless we got him out of the country. And so Holly warned me that her whole scheme was just to buy us time.
So, Ethan is your son?
Always was, always will be.
Well, why the hell did you lie to Robert? Why would you do that to him?
You know why? To save his life.
I don't get it. How is lying to Robert about a son that isn't his and sending him off, how is that saving his life?
You didn't see him on that bridge, Anna. He was devastated by Robin's death.
Of course he was.
He felt that he was responsible, that he should have saved her from the explosion.
Well, so did I. I felt that too.
Well, Robert was destroyed. You managed to keep it together. I don't know how, but you did. But not him. When he saw Robin in the morgue, something inside him broke. And when I found him on that bridge, he was ready to jump.
So you gave him a replacement child?
I told you I was improvising. I was desperate. I had tried everything else. Our friendship, you, Robin, nothing mattered to him. Nothing. So finally, as a last resort, I told him that Ethan was his son and that Helena had kidnapped him.
Was that a lie, too?
Yes, I told you I sent Ethan away. By now, Helena knows the truth. I'm sure she's searching for him harder than Robert is. And I'm counting on him being able to stay 2 steps ahead of both of them.
I want to just get this straight. Can I? Ethan isn't Robert's son.
No.
He was never kidnapped. That was all a lie, too. And you sent Robert away to go searching for a pretend son, leaving me to bury our real daughter alone.
If I hadn't, Robert could have attended that funeral in an adjacent coffin.
And Ethan and Holly, they went along with this?
Well, of course they did, because they knew I was doing it to save both Ethan and Robert's lives. I hope you understand. Anna, you have lied to save someone's life. I know you have. That's all I was trying to do.
You lied to your best friend. Meanwhile, leaving me to bury Robin alone without her father. Did it never occur to you to tell me?
Of course it did. I've been trying to tell you. That was going to be our first conversation when we sat down to have that dinner that never happened.
You should have told me at the beginning, when it happened. And if you couldn't manage that, maybe you should have told me before we slept together.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
Oh, never mind me. Do you have any idea how this will hurt Robert?
I did this to save Robert's life.
No, there's nothing worse than chasing a lie. I know, I just did it. And the crash is all the more devastating because you know that it was all a false hope. What you did to Robert is no different than what Heather did to me.
Robert is my best friend. And when I found my best friend about to take a swan dive into Blackstone Canyon...
You lied to him. You couldn't come up with the appropriate words for a grieving man?
The first thing I did was join him on the wrong side of the railing of that bridge and offer to jump with him. I told him about Jake. I told him about having killed a 4-year-old boy. And that I didn't want to go on either. That I had nothing to live for except the people who counted on me and who loved me, and I toughed it out for them.
What did he say?
He said that I had Lucky and Lulu and Ethan, and he only had Robin. And then he went to jump, and I grabbed him. And I blurted out, Ethan is your son.
So what happens when he finds out that he's not his son? That's going to be like losing another child. What's to stop him jumping off a bridge then?
Holly was concerned about what would happen to Robert when he found out the truth, too.
Oh, wow, finally a moment of compassion from her. To which you replied what?
That I felt that by the time he found out, enough time may have passed that he would be able to handle it.
Are you kidding? He's going to be furious. All the trust between you two has been broken.
He'll have to be alive to hate me.
Yeah. And yet you were willing to risk your friendship with him to say this? I don't...
I had no choice. Don't you understand? Do you think that I wanted to send my son away, to deny him? I did it for Robert.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's a sacrifice. I understand that you love Ethan. I get that.
I do.
All right, well, you've set this in motion. You know, and you have to fix it.
I will.
You've got to make right by Robert. You have to find him, and you have to tell him the truth.
I know.
But this time, you are going to be dealing with someone who is not only grieving his daughter, but also a son that he never had. Can you do that?
Yes, we can. I can find him and I can make it right. I will.
Good.
What about you? Will you go with me?
No. I don't even know what I think about you anymore, Luke. I really don't, honestly. Gosh. Even if I agreed with this lie, you lied to me. And now I have to face my life alone without Robin. I have to go back to PCPD. I've got to go. I have a job. I need to go home and find out what's waiting for me there.
Lieutenant?
I'm sorry, Slim, for sending Robert away before Robin's funeral. I know you needed him.
Save all your apologies for Robert. And find your son. Make sure he's safe.
I will. Anna, what's going to happen to us?
I'm leaving now. Thank you. I want to thank you because I know that you thought it was crazy, me coming out here, thinking that Robin might still be alive at the clinic. But you came through for me. I'm very grateful for that.
You didn't answer my question. What about us?
I don't know.